Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Fresh crisis is brewing right now in ADC, considering some of the statement that was made by the 2023 Labour Party vice presidential candidate, talking about Yusuf Datti Ahmed. Yesterday, during an interview, he made a very strong statement about ADC. And when he was asked a question on defection of some former Buhari allies to the ADC, Baba Ahmed was unequivocal, and he says that they are deceiving us. The ADC is a deception. Those who ruined Nigeria between 2015 and 2025 cannot now come under a new platform and claim they want to fix the country. He insisted that they remain firmly in the Labour Party and loyal to Peter Obi. He says, I am in Labour Party for God's sake. I am a Peter Obi's man and I want him to contest again in 2027. He didn't go down well with ADC because that was call it a slap on their face, and right now you get to hear the position of ADC as they fire back at Datti Ahmed. According to the African Democratic Congress ADC, they have dismissed recent remarks by Senator Datti Baba Ahmed, the 2023 Labour Party vice presidential candidate, describing his criticism of the opposition coalition as personal opinion that does not reflect ADC's position. In a statement signed by Jackie Wires, the party's deputy national publicity secretary, he says that the ADC reaffirms its commitment to uniting opposition forces ahead of the 2027 general election. Senator Baba Ahmed, during an interview on channels, had accused the opposition coalition of deceiving Nigerians and claiming it was incapable of rescuing the nation from underdevelopment. He also expressed his intention to run alongside Mr. Peter Obi in 2027. The ADC, however, stressed that its coalition remains a collective effort aimed at presenting a credible alternative to President Mohamed Tinubu administration. The statement noted that the coalition brings together prominent leaders such as former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Governor Nasir El-Rufai, Senator David Mark, Ogbeni Ralph Aregbesola, Rotimi Amechi, and Mr. Peter Obi. These leaders, the ADC explained, united after wide consultation to put national interests above partisan divides and to provide competent, compassionate leadership. The party recalled that Mr. Peter Obi, a key figure in the coalition, had publicly endorsed the ADC as a platform for the 2027 election. He emphasized that coalition commitment to working together to deliver capable and compassionate leadership that prioritizes the welfare of Nigerians. Obi had stressed that no single group can change Nigeria alone and call for unity to dismantle the structures of poverty and insecurity, insisting that a new Nigeria is possible. The ADC clarified that Senator Baba Ahmed's remarks were strictly his own. In their words, in Waya's words, she said that Senator Datti Baba Ahmed assertions are his personal opinion and do not reflect the position of the ADC and its coalition members. Wow. But the big question is, what he said, is it actually true or not? My colleagues in the house, and we just want to look at this. Now, being that this is coming from Peter Obi's ally, do you think that this may frustrate Peter Obi being featured as, number one person as presidential candidate of the ADC, or do you think that this is a gradual crack that may scatter ADC? What's the situation like?
But I like being very factual here. Is it that they do not know Peter Obi's antecedent and history? When you're bringing someone of that repute, someone that have integrity, check, you should know that whatever it is, he's a grown man. You should know that whatever you're bringing, whenever you're bringing him into the picture, you don't expect him to be corrupt, even if you're going to tell him, okay, off your eye here, off your eye there. You don't expect him to dance totally to your tune. Don't forget that he has a name to protect and he has an integrity to also protect. Well, for that of Yusuf Datti, I don't think it's a crack. The question is, there have been crack already, which is already obvious, and that's what you see the likes of APC's chieftains screaming and shouting that if Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi can merge, then truly there's going to be an alliance that will go far ahead. But the only merging that makes sense, or the only merging that each time they mention that merging, it clearly shows that it's going to be Peter Obi as a VP, because Atiku have already been VP twice, and the constitution does not permit him to be another VP a third time. So when they say Peter Obi Atiku ticket, it clearly shows that they want Peter Obi to be a VP, and it's not going to work. Many Nigerians who know the capacity of Peter Obi will never want him to be a VP. I, for one, don't want him to be a VP. Now, there already is a crack, because the likes of El-Rufai is already screaming and shouting, even though very discreetly, that Atiku should please let go, not now. This is the same reason why a PDP became what it is, where Wike became Yendeba. Sometimes when we are blaming Wike, we should also look at the genesis. This same thing Atiku is doing in ADC is what happened in PDP. When it was turn of the South, Atiku said, throw it to Southeast, knowing fully well that Wike was also interested in it. Wike threw it open, he took the ticket. Getting ticket is never a problem for Atiku. The question is winning the main thing. So the same thing that happened in PDP may likely happen in ADC, because already El-Rufai is expecting that Atiku will step down. Now, we all know a minority constitution is the turn of the South. But for the Atiku, what is there? There's no turn for anybody. It's the turn of everybody. I want to join and I will join. Nobody should stop me. And with all of that, we already are hearing that if Peter Obi refuses to be a VP to Atiku, then Amechi is already on the line, waiting to be a VP. Then, to them, if they win the ticket, Peter Obi will now be one ambassador, one minister. Very funny. Already, we already see, and that's why people are screaming and shouting that, let a Peter Obi. And now, for ADC to make a lot of sense, because Peter Obi have a name and a brand that is very sellable, they want Peter Obi back. Let Peter Obi be the person they will field and give them a very reasonable northerner. And every other person will come into ADC with the offer of Peter Obi's name. They can win a lot of seats, senatorial seats, and all that. But they need a name of a Peter Obi, and he needs to be at the ballot and as the president. But Atiku is not allowing that, and that is where the crack is starting. And to tell you the truth, I'm not even Datti is also protecting his own interest. Datti knows that if Peter Obi remains in ADC, he can't be a VP. Of course, if Peter Obi is being the presidential candidate, they will choose the VP for him. And he's a bit worried that it may likely be Nisa El-Rufai. And that's why you see Farhan Timi is already screaming that any ticket that has Nisa El-Rufai's name as a joint ticket, he will not even vote for Obi. Because even El-Rufai too has his own antecedent. The same El-Rufai that is doing as if he's a senator wasn't not the same person who campaigned against Peter Obi, who insisted that the next buttered bread that is sweet is actually Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But because the sideline, they now discovered that this APC is not carrying the mandate. Was it not still the same him that was in Buhari's tenure? And all of Buhari did fantastically well in his eyes because he was in the government. So let's tell ourselves the truth. Just like that is said, what are they bringing to the table? If we are unseating Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as they are claiming, who are we replacing him with? Is it going to be someone that will take us to that promised land, or will take us another 50 years backward? So if you ask me, that is only saying, the fact on ground. He's not importing any new thing. And Peter will be just watching them because there's an integrity I'm protecting, and I'm not going to sign falsehood. And Nigerians are already warning Peter Obi, where are you rushing to? If not for a Peter Obi that entered ADC, ADC was actually dead on arrival. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Peter Obi has what it takes. The only thing we are asking for, will INEC give us free, fair, and credible election? Peter Obi should just go and sleep. But the question is, we will not get it. We will not get that free, fair, and credible election. So there has to be a plan B that the ruling party does not know, that we can employ, that will make us get what we are looking for as our votes.